Hey guys, it's Mrs. Brewer, and today what we're going to do is we are going to start reading chapter 18 of The Lightning Thief. So when we left off, they were getting ready to head to the underworld. So chapter 18, Annabeth does obedience school. We stood in the shadows of Valencia Boulevard, looking up at gold letters etched in black marble, DOA Recording Studios. Underneath, stenciled on the glass doors, no solicitors. No loitering, no living. It was almost midnight, but the lobby was brightly lit and full of people. Behind the security desk sat a tough-looking guard with sunglasses and an earpiece. I turned to my friends. Okay, you remember the plan? The plan? Grover gulped. Yeah, I love the plan, Annabeth said. What happens if the plan doesn't work? Don't think negative. Right, she said. We're entering the land of the dead, and I shouldn't think negative. I took the pearls out of my pocket, the 3 milky spheres the Nereid had given me in Santa Monica. They didn't seem like much of a backup in case something went wrong. But Annabeth put her hand on my shoulder. I'm sorry, Percy. You're right. We'll make it. It'll be fine. She gave Grover a nudge. All right, he chimed in. We got this far. We'll find the master bolt and save Mom. No problem. I looked at them both and felt really grateful. Only a few minutes before, I'd almost gotten them stretched to death on deluxe waterbeds. And now they were trying to be brave for my sake, trying to make me feel better. I slipped the pearls into my pocket. Let's whoop some underworld butt. We walked inside DOA Recording Studios lobby. Music played softly on hidden speakers. The carpet and walls were steel gray. Pencil cactuses grew in the corners like little skeleton hands. The furniture was black leather, and every seat was taken. There were people sitting on couches, people standing up, people staring out the windows or waiting for the elevator. Nobody moved or talked or really did much of anything. Out of the corner of my eye, I could see them all just fine, but if I focused on any one of them for too long, they started looking transparent. I could see right through their bodies. The security guard's desk was a raised podium, so we had to look up to see him. He was tall and elegant, with chocolate-colored skin and bleached blonde hair, shaved military style. He wore tortoiseshell shades and a silk Italian suit that matched his hair. A black rose was pinned to his lapel under a silver name tag. I read the name tag and then looked at him in bewilderment. Your name is Chiron? He leaned across the desk. I couldn't see anything in his glasses except my own reflection. But his smile was sweet and cold, like a python's, right before it eats you. Why, what a precious young lad! He had a strange accent. British, maybe? But he also as if he had learned English as a second language. Tell me, mate, do I look like a centaur to you? No. Sir, he added smoothly. Sir, I said. He pinched the name tag and ran his finger under the letters. Can you read this, mate? It says C-H-A-R-O-N. Say it with me. Charon. Charon. Amazing! Now, Mr. Charon. Mr. Charon. I said, well done! He sat back. I hate being confused with the old horseman. And now, how may I help you, you little dead ones? His question caught in my stomach like a fastball. I quick looked at Annabeth for support. We want to go to the underworld, she said. Charon's mouth twitched. Well, that is refreshing. It is? She asked. Straightforward and honest. No screaming. No, there must be a mistake, Mr. Charon. He looked us over. Say, how did you die then? I nudged Grover. Oh, he said, drowned in the bathtub. All three of you? Charon asked. We nodded. Big bathtub. Charon looked mildly impressed. I don't suppose you have coins for passage. Normally with adults, you see, I could charge you American Express or add the ferry price to your last cable bill. But with children, alas, you never die prepared. Suppose you'll have to take a seat for, well, a few centuries. Oh, but we have coins. I set 3 golden drachmas on the counter, part of the stash that I'd found in Krusty's office desk. Well, now, Charon moistened his lips. Real drachma, real golden drachmas. I haven't seen these in. His fingers hovered greedily over the coins. We were so close. Then Charon looked at me. The cold stare behind his glasses seemed to bore a hole straight through my chest. Here now, he said. You couldn't read my name correctly. Are you dyslexic, lad? No, I'm dead. Charon leaned forward and took a sniff. You're not dead. I should have known. You're a goblin. We have to go to the underworld, I insisted. Charon made a growling sound deep in his throat. Immediately, all the people in the waiting room got up and started pacing, agitated, lighting cigarettes, running hands through their hair, or checking their watches. Leave while you can, Charon told us. I'll take these and forget I saw you. He started to go for the coins, but I snatched them back. No service, no tip. I tried to sound braver than what I actually felt. Charon growled again, a deep, blood-chilling sound. The spirits of the dead started pounding on the elevator doors. It's a shame, too, I sighed. We had more to offer. I held up the entire bag from Krusty's stash. I took out a fistful of drachmas and let the coins spill through my fingers. Charon's growl changed into something more like a purr. Do you think I can be bought, goblin? Just out of curiosity, how much you got there? A lot, I said. I bet Hades doesn't pay you well enough for your hard work. Oh, you don't know the half of it. How would you like to babysit these dead all day? Always. Please don't let me be dead, or please let me across for free. I haven't done a pay raise in 3,000 years. Do you imagine suits like these come cheap? You deserve better. I agreed. A little appreciation. Respect. Good pay. With each word, I stacked another gold coin onto the counter. Charon glanced down at his silk Italian jacket, as if imagining himself in something even better. I must say, lad, you're making some sense now. Just a little. I stacked on a few other coins. I could mention a pay raise when I talked to Hades. He sighed. The boat is almost full anyway. I might as well add you 3 and be off. He stood, scooped up our money, and said, come along. We pushed through the crowd of waiting spirits who were started grabbing at our clothes like the wind, their voices whispering things I couldn't make out. Charon shoved them out of the way, grumbling, oh, freeloaders! He escorted us to the elevator, which was already crowded with souls of the dead, each one holding a green boarding pass. Charon grabbed 2 spirits who were trying to get on with us and pushed them back to the lobby. Right, now, don't get any ideas while I'm gone, Charon announced to the waiting room. And if anyone moves the dial off of my easy listening station, I'll make sure you're here for another 1,000 years, understand? He shut the door. He put a key card in the slot in the elevator panel, and we started to descend. What happens to the spirits waiting in the lobby? Annabeth asked. Nothing, said Charon. For how long? Forever. Until I'm feeling generous. Oh. She said, that's, fair. Charon raised an eyebrow. Whoever said death was fair, young miss. Wait till it's your turn. You'll die soon enough where you're going. We'll get out alive, I said. Ha! I got a sudden dizzy feeling. We weren't going down anymore, but forward. The air turned misty. Spirits around me started to change shape. Their modern clothes flickered, turning into gray hooded robes. The floor of the elevator began swaying. I blinked hard. When I opened my eyes, Charon's creamy Italian suit had been replaced by a long black robe. Where his tortoiseshell glasses were gone, where his eyes should have been, were empty sockets. Like Ares' eyes, except Charon's were totally dark, full of night and death and despair. He saw me looking and said, well, nothing, I managed. I thought he was grinning, but that wasn't it. The flush of his face was becoming transparent, letting me see straight through to his skull. The floor kept swaying. Grover said, I think I'm gonna get seasick. When I blinked again, the elevator wasn't an elevator anymore. We were standing on a wooden barge. Charon was pulling us across a dark, oily river, swirling with bones, dead fish, and other stranger things. Plastic dolls, crushed carnations, soggy diplomas with gilt edges. The river sticks, Annabeth murmured. It's so polluted, Charon said. For thousands of years, you humans have been throwing in everything as you come across. Your hopes, your dreams, wishes that never came true. Irresponsible waste management, if you ask me. Mist curled off the filthy water. Above us, almost lost in the gloom, was a ceiling of stalactites. Ahead, the far shore glimmered with greenish light, the color of poison. Panic closed up in my throat. What was I doing here? These people around me? Yeah, they were dead. Annabeth grabbed hold of my hand. Under normal circumstances, this really would have embarrassed me, but I understood how she felt. She wanted reassurance that somebody else was alive on this boat. I found myself muttering a prayer, though I wasn't quite sure who I was praying to. Down here, only one God mattered, and he was the one I'd come to confront. The shore of the underworld came into view. Craggy rocks and black volcanic sand stretched inland, about 100 yards to the base of a high stone wall, which marched off on either direction as far as we could see. A sound came from somewhere nearby in the green gloom, echoing off the stones. The howl of a large animal. Old Three-Face is hungry, said Charon. His smile turned skeletal in greenish light. Bad luck for you, godlings. The bottom of our boat slid into the black sand. The dead began to disembark. A woman was holding a little girl's hand, an old man and an old woman hobbling along arm in arm. A boy no older than I was, shuffling silently along in his gray robe. Charon said, I'd wish you luck, mate, but there isn't any luck down here. Mind you, don't forget to mention my pares. He counted out our golden coins into his pouch, then took up his pole. He warbled something that sounded like a Barry Manilow song as he ferried the empty barge back across the river. We followed the spirits up a well-worn path. We'll find out what happens and how they get into the underworld tomorrow. We'll see you guys then. Bye.